You ran with the best of this life, but now your life has come to an end and you're dead. What have you done? You were raised knowing the Lord, but you chose the world. And now you have lost not only your physical life, but also your spiritual life, the soul, for eternity. In the book of James, in chapter 2, verse 17, in the same way, faith by itself, there are so many people talk about faith. I'm a man of faith. I'm a woman of faith. I know faith, and just using that word in a casually frame of reference. If not, it is not accompanied by action, it is dead. So faith must have action to be called real faith, not faith of this world that many souls look at as being faithful. God knows being faithful, and he knows is when we demonstrate faithfulness, and that is through action. So can you demonstrate a life that must be rooted in Jesus Christ? In the book of 1 Corinthians, in chapter 15, verse 21, for since death came through a man, the resurrection of the dead comes also through a man. Adam, from God's creation in the Garden of Eden, was created in the image of God and also in his likeness. But Christ was the one that carried out God's will for us to follow Jesus. And Jesus is the way to find life. Adam started out with everlasting life, but through sin, it brought about the change of a physical death. It brought about a change of a separation with God. And that's why Adam and Eve were removed from the garden because of their sin and couldn't re-enter that place. They were put into the world from their sin. But we need to know where love comes from. And God loved us so much that he did send his son. He wanted us to have that relationship with him. He doesn't want us to die. He wants us to be with him for eternity, have a continual life, but a life that is far different than this physical life. In the book of Ephesians, in chapter 2, verses 4 and 5, but because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ, even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. Transgressions, our sins, God's grace. When we don't deserve it, God provides his grace because of his love for us, his great love. That's a deeper love than anything else. God created many things, but when he created man and woman, that was something that more closely resembled who God was. And this is why we have a soul. And this is why God has a place prepared for us, a heavenly home with many rooms. It's ready to go. We must learn to live for the Lord. But we need to understand that sin leads to death. Sin will rot out our souls. In the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 13, do not offer any part of yourselves to sin as an instrument of wickedness, but rather offer yourselves to God as those who have been brought from death to life, and offer every part of yourself to him as an instrument of righteousness. Can you have a righteous heart, a righteous judgment, a righteous thought, a righteous way of life demonstrated through faith with action? See, just saying the word faith means nothing. It doesn't have any value in it. The Bible mentions that without faith, it is impossible to please God. So if someone is jumping up and down and they're talking about they are faithful or they are a person of faith, and it's not backed up with real action by carrying out the purpose of God, then they're not faithful, and it won't lead to faithfulness. The time is right now to turn the course of your life and be ready on the day of judgment. Prepare your families, your friends, and those who you love deeply, and also people that are in society. And stay on firm ground with your church. And make sure that church, and make sure what you are reading must come from the Bible. And follow the ways of God. And God will show you the lighted path. Seek the Lord, seek his will, seek his ways for eternity.